This analysis and information was produced and recorded by Fragile Hinges Archive Press trademark. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. This work, including all text and original content, is protected under copyright law. No part of this material may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means. The document, titled The Black Master Manifesto, is a dense, esoteric text structured into distinct thematic chapters. Here is a full step-by-step comprehensive analysis with detailed key points for each section. 1. Black Rosicrucianism introduces the manifesto as rooted in a revival of dark esoteric and occult traditions symbolized by the black rose and an inverse cross. Frames the emergence of a new spiritual movement rooted in reclaiming ancient powers linked to the figure of Shaitan, a dark archetype. Themes of destruction, rebirth, and re-establishing an ancient cult after cataclysmic events, after the flood, after the flame, represents a symbolic reawakening of hidden knowledge and spiritual power through black mystical imagery. The Black Tradition defines the foundational creeds and principles of the Black Tradition, based on darkness, via negativa, the way of negation, and spiritual individualism. Integrates mythological and religious archetypes from different cultures: Egyptian, Set, Typhon; Greek, Dionysus; Prometheus; Hindu, Shiva; Asuras; Buddhism, Mara; Judaism, Satan; Christianity, Antichrist; Islam, Shaitan; Voodoo, Neo-Teutonic. Identifies 9 key Black Magi, influential figures blending mysticism, philosophy, and occultism such as William Blake, Nietzsche, Jung, Crowley, and Anton LaVey. Emphasizes an individual's immortal consciousness as central to the tradition. 3. Black Kshatriyas depicts a warrior ethos emphasizing heroic qualities, courage, resourcefulness, leadership, inner fire. Positions members as chivalrous knights restoring connection to a primeval center called Dark Light. The Kshatriyas fight ignorance and aim to dethrone false spiritual powers, seeking a new chaotic order, new Cha order. Presents an underlying narrative of spiritual warfare and noble rebellion. IV. Shaitan Liberation. Shaitan is portrayed as the symbol of absolute personal freedom, creativity, and revolutionary spirit. Describes Shaitan's fall as a rise higher, apokatastasis, restoration. Positions Shaitan as a liberator from tyranny and false religious dogma. Advocates the destruction of literalism in sacred texts while preserving their spiritual essence. Calls for uncovering and unveiling of all, especially emphasizing liberation in terms of gender and sexuality. Introduces shaitanic imagery as portals to spiritual experience and manifestation. Versus Black Master Manifesto. Defines the Black Master as an ultimate spiritual being aligned with the Black Sun, independent and self-mastering. Describes Black Masters as spiritual vampires or angelic Nosferatu, ever-loving, beyond man. Emphasizes playful competition, guidance of rising Black Masters, and forming an invisible chain of Black Hermits. Black Masters transcend dualities, good, evil, acting without karmic consequences and working akarmically. Takes the dark bodhisattva vow, seeking maximum shadow self-intensity. Black Masters embody cosmic principles like synchronicity, reunification of spiritual opposites, Leviathan imagery. Presents many paradoxes. Dark as light, black as white, representing a unity of opposites and higher spiritual awareness. Uses symbolic references to eclipses, solstices, and lunar phases. V. Black Monarchy. Proclaims a new anti-Christianity under the new Black Pope and priestesshood. Calls for radical reforms. Free admittance of resexuals and homosexuals, rejection of confessional practices, abolition of clergy involved in abuses, and replacement of traditional Christian symbols with new ones, Ionic Star. Prescribes the establishment of shrines and new doctrinal innovations emphasizing reconciliation with darkness. Advocates for a church embodying both divine masculine and unholy feminine energies as a balanced quaternity. Describes a profound inversion and renewal of Christian symbolism and liturgy. V. Typhonia. Lists and describes numerous mythic and legendary figures and entities associated with chaos and darkness. Alpha Draconis, Apoe, Ananta, Cthulhu, Dracula, Hydra, Leviathan, Nessie, Rahu, Tiamat, and others. These figures symbolize cosmic forces of destruction, rebirth, and primordial chaos that influence the Black tradition. These entities represent a network of dark spiritual power and archetypal energies. 8. Leviathan. Leviathan is detailed as a cosmic serpent symbol embodying both evil and holiness. Described as a sleeping kundalini serpent, representing deep cosmic energy and chaos. Symbolizes the living black skeletal structure of the cosmos, the fluid chaos from which life and death emerge. Represents a chaotic symphony and a source of immense spiritual power that cannot be fully controlled. Leviathan is associated with shapeshifting and the balance of opposites, embodying all contradictions. Ix, ARK 616. Introduces the concept of ionic resurrection key, ARC, a cosmic black cross opposed to normal spiritual order. Refers to a time and event, the year and name of Nox 120, when black adepts will unlock new knowledge and power. Talks about the formation of a new surreality and the reopening of a vault symbolizing occult secrets. Incorporates apocalyptic imagery like the Star of Babylon and the seven-headed beast. The speaker identifies as anti-Chian Rosenkreutz, linking to Rosicrucian and anti-Christian occult traditions. This document is a dense mystical and esoteric manifesto blending mythology, occult philosophy, spiritual rebellion, and anti-establishment motifs. It combines symbolic language, occult references, and spiritual principles to propose a revolutionary black tradition and spiritual mastery concept rooted deeply in dark mysticism and chaos. Here is the compiled list of the referenced figures from the Black Master Manifesto, along with brief biographies or descriptions based on widely known information and the document's context, mythological and religious figures. 1. Set, Egyptian mythology, Egyptian god of chaos, deserts, storms, and disorder, often depicted as an antagonist to order represented by Osiris and Horus. 2. Apophis, Apep, Egyptian mythology, a giant serpent embodying chaos and evil, enemy of the sun god Ra, representing destruction and darkness. 3. Typhon, Greek mythology, a monstrous serpentine giant and father of many mythological monsters, adversary of Zeus representing chaos and destruction. 4. Pan, Greek mythology, god of nature, wilderness, shepherds, and rustic music, often associated with fertility and wildness. 5. Dionysus, Greek mythology, god of wine, ecstasy, fertility, ritual madness, and rebirth. 6. Prometheus, Greek mythology, Titan who defied Zeus by stealing fire for humanity, symbolizing rebellion and enlightenment. 7. Titans, Greek mythology, pre-Olympian gods representing primal forces of nature and chaos. 8. Shiva, Hinduism, the destroyer and transformer in the Hindu trinity, symbolizing destruction that leads to rebirth. 9. Sani, Hinduism, the god of justice and discipline, associated with the planet Saturn, bearing karmic influence. 10. Vritra, Hindu mythology, a serpent or dragon representing drought, adversity, and obstruction, defeated by Indra. 11. Asuras, Hindu mythology, powerful beings often in opposition to the gods, devas, associated with darkness and chaos. 12. Mara, Buddhism, demon representing temptation, death, and spiritual obstacles. 13. Mahakala, Buddhism, wrathful deity embodying time and destruction, protector of Dharma. 14. Wrathful deities, Buddhism, fiery guardian figures embodying fierce compassion to protect spiritual teachings. 15. Satan, Judaism, Christianity, adversary or accuser figure, symbolizing temptation and rebellion. 16. Samael, Judaism, an archangel sometimes associated with severity, death, or a darker aspect. 17. Qliphoth, Judaism, the shells, or representation of evil spiritual forces or husks. 18. Antichrist, Christianity, an apocalyptic figure opposing Christ, symbol of ultimate deception and evil. 19. Samazia, Satanel, Christian Gnosticism, names for archons or demons associated with forbidden knowledge or rebellion. 20. The black light of Shaitan, Iblis, Islam. Iblis is the Islamic devil figure who refused to bow to Adam, symbolizing rebellion and pride. 21. Damballa, Voodoo, a major Loa spirit represented as a serpent, symbolizing creation and fertility. 22. Baron Samedi, Voodoo, spirit of death and resurrection, associated with the afterlife. 23. The Guide, Voodoo, spirits of death and fertility related to ancestors and life cycles. 24. Odin, Neo-Teutonic, Norse mythology, chief god associated with wisdom, war, and death. 25. Gotus, likely a variant or esoteric figure possibly linked to Germanic or occult traditions. Not a widely known figure, possibly a secretive or symbolic name within the Black tradition. 26. The Black Sun, occult symbol. Esoteric symbol associated with various occult and mystical traditions involving hidden power and enlightenment in darkness. 9 Black Magi, occult and philosophical figures. 1. William Blake, 1757 to 1827, English poet, painter, and mystic, known for visionary works exploring spirituality and human imagination. 2. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900, German philosopher famous for critiques of religion, morality, and for concepts like the Übermensch, Overman. 3. Carl G. Jung, 1875 to 1961, Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, introducing concepts like the collective unconscious and archetypes. 4. Aleister Crowley, 1875 to 1947, English occultist, ceremonial magician, and founder of Thelema, known for controversial rituals and writings. 5. Gregor A. Gregorius, likely a pen name or figure associated with esoteric or occult writings, specific historical details are unclear. 6. Kenneth Grant, 1924 to 2011, British occultist and writer, known for expanding Crowley's ideas into new systems mixing Lovecraftian themes and Thelema. 7. Anton Shandor Lavie, 1930 to 1997, founder of the Church of Satan and author of the Satanic Bible, blending occultism and atheistic Satanism. 8. Kenneth Anger, B. 1927, American filmmaker and occultist known for avant-garde films infused with esoteric and occult symbolism. 9. Michael A. Aquino, 1946 to 2019, American occultist, founder of the Temple of Set, emphasizing left-hand path spirituality. This list combines mythological archetypes, religious figures representing dark or rebellious aspects, and historical key occult thinkers who embody the philosophical and spiritual lineage described in the Manifesto. Fragile Hinges Archive Press trademark. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. This work, including all text, ideas, and original content, is protected under copyright law. No part of this material may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means.